Hello everybody. In this video we'll be taking a look at the 2026 governor's map. We'll predict each of these states to see how they will go in 2026. We'll go ahead and get started. We'll go and fill out the safe blue states. We have the state of California, Colorado, Illinois, Maryland, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and then we can also add some other states to it. Well, Hawaii, that's obviously safe. And then I believe the state of Pennsylvania, I think, will hold and be about 10 points, 11 points for Shapiro there. He's a very popular incumbent there. I think he'll do just fine. And then state of New York, looking at that one, it's going to be a bluer year. So we saw in 2022, she only won by 6.4, Hochul. But then in 2018, Andrew Cuomo was able to win there by 23 points. I think Hochul will be able to win by just about 12 points in this scenario, so she'll win by safe blue there. And then taking a look at some other states, Minnesota, I believe, that one went to Walls by nearly 8 points. I think this time it'll hit 10 points just narrowly. We can see those shifts there. See how much. In 2018, I believe Walls actually won by about 11 points, so I could see the state of Minnesota being about 10 to 11 points for the Democrat nominee there, whether it's Walz or someone else there. So safe blue for Minnesota. Also, New Mexico, I believe, will be safe as well, because we see New Mexico typically goes safe on these years where Trump is in the White House, but then in 2022 we see it goes likely like that. So 2026 we see that follow that same pattern, then we'll have that happen where New Mexico is safe blue. Will be about a 12-point win for the Democrat nominee there. That looks to be it. And then also finally the state of Maine, I believe that one will be safe as well. Last time Janet Mills won by about 13 points. I actually think this state will shift a little bit towards the Republicans. It'll be about an 11-point win for the Democrat nominee there, which is a little bit closer, but still over 10 points there. And also, taking a look at the state of Oregon, typically their governor elections are a little bit closer, though. While Kotek got 3.5 points in 2022 there, but that was because of a third party dragging down the Democrat margin there, and then here it was 6.5 points in 2018. I believe we'll see this time it'll break 10 as well. It'll be about a 10-point win for the Democrat nominee this time around. It's just Republicans aren't going to be enthusiastic to turn out in this kind of election. Alright, now we'll get to the safe red states. We have the state of Vermont, where we have Phil Scott, a very popular Republican there. He'll be able to easily win by a safe margin. And then Alabama, Tennessee, Arkansas, Oklahoma, I believe will still be over 10 points there. Be about a 13-point win maybe, because their governor elections tend to be closer than other races there. And the state of Nebraska, South Dakota, Wyoming, Idaho, all these states will be over 10 points. We can also include South Carolina, state of Florida, and also Texas. Greg Abbott, he's a popular Republican there. He'll be able to win by about 12 points in this scenario, which is slightly underperforming Trump's margin, but I believe we'll see this state shift slightly towards the right for the governor's election there. So that's all the safe red states, it looks like. Now we'll go on to the likely blue states. Are there any likely blue states? I don't see any likely blue states as of now, but it's possible that in the future some of these could be likely blue, but I believe only some likely red states. We only have one. That will be the state of New Hampshire. Kelly Ayotte, she usually performs good. She did in 2024, won by almost 10 points though. I believe this state will shift towards the left some. First of all, on the Senate, the top of the ballot here, we have Chris Pappas. He's going to outperform Trump's margin there and win by about 9 points or so. And then I believe Ayade will still be able to win by maybe 6 points in this case, so it'll shift a little bit towards the left. You can also see from 2020 we saw Sununu actually win by close to 32 points, but then in 2022 it shifted decent amount towards the left. I believe we'll see it shift towards the left from 2024, but it'll still be above 5 points in this case. And now we'll go on to the lean states. We'll do the lean blue states first. First on the state of Wisconsin. I believe this one will be about a 3-point win for whoever the Democrat nominee is there. See in 2022 what was the margin? Yeah, about 3.5 points. I think that's pretty similar margin to what will happen in 2026. After all, Wisconsin, that's typically a bluer state when Trump is not on the ballot. And in 2018 even, Tony Evers was able to knock off an incumbent, Walker, by 1.1 point, which is a tilt blue. But since it's an open race and there's no incumbent Republicans to knock off, I still think it'll be a lean blue race as of now. But we'll just see what happens there. Then also, another one, state of Arizona will be about a 4-point win for Katie Hobbs. I believe, even though she was able to win this narrowly, under 1 point in 2022, I believe we'll see that shift towards the left. Because we have Katie Hobbs there. She'll be able to perform decently because she's up against probably Andy Biggs, who will have a good bit of backlash from these Republicans. So he might not turn out the best there. And it's the top of the ticket race. So we'll just see what happens there. I believe about 4 points as of now. Now go on to the lean red states. Have the state of Ohio. We have Ramaswamy. He's going to be running, and it's looking like he will be the nominee here for Republicans in Ohio's governor election. We'll just look at this here, because we saw in 2018, DeWine was able to win by close to 4 points there. So that shifted towards the left from the presidential 2016 margin. But then in 2022, we saw it win DeWine by 25 points, so it shifted towards the right from the presidential election. I believe this time we'll see it shift towards the left a decent amount. And Ramaswamy, he's a little bit of a questionable candidate. There's some things he said in the past that many Republicans are questionable about, so that could hurt him too. But I think we'll still see Ramaswamy win by about 4 points in this scenario against Amy Acton. In Iowa, I believe this one will be about a 3-point win for the Republican nominee here. We have Rob Sand on the Democrat side, which will be helpful in making this race closer. I believe Rob Sand can pool support to make this race much closer. 2018, we saw Reynolds only winning by about 3 points here. So that also, similar to Ohio, shifted towards the left from 2016. But yet in 2022, it shifted to the right, as Reynolds was able to win by 18.5 points. So, yes, the state of Iowa, about 3 points there. In the state of Kansas, I believe we'll see this one flip towards Republicans. We saw Laura Kelly. She was able to win by about 2 points in 2022. And then 2018, let's see what her margin is there. 5 points. So, it did shift towards the right some from 2022. But since Kelly is not up for re-election, I believe there's not any stronger Democrats that are about as strong as Kelly is in this state, and I think it'll flip towards Republicans at this moment about 2 points as of now. But we'll just see as the election gets closer how things are looking, if Democrats can find a good nominee there to keep this race blue, because typically governor elections in the state of Kansas are closer than other elections, so we'll see that. Now we'll come to Alaska, this one, lean Republican. We can see Mark Begich run as a Democrat. If he runs for governor there, this could make the race closer. We saw in 2022, obviously, the Republican was able to break 50% of the vote and not have to go to ranked choice. But taking a look, there's a Democrat, an independent, and another Republican, so I can see this race tighten if it comes down to 2 candidates like Mark Begich and then whoever the Republican nominee is there. Then we could see Alaska be about a 3-point win for the Republicans here. Now we'll go to the tilt states. There'll be 3 states that are under 2 percentage points. Start off with state of Nevada. This one we got popular Republican and Joe Lombardo. He's a good candidate for the race. But then the Democrats are also running a pretty strong candidate there in Aaron Ford. But it'll be hard to knock off a popular Republican incumbent or any incumbent of any sort that is popular. But I think Lombardo will be able to hang on by just under 2 percentage points as of now. After all, Lombardo will be at the top of the ticket, so I think that would help out as well. If Lombardo was lower down the ticket and then, for example, the Senate candidate on the Democrat side was well, then I could see Lombardo getting knocked off. But since he's at the top of the ticket, I think he'll be able to hang on by just under 2 percentage points. And then also the state of Georgia as well. We'll take a look at that one. This one will probably be pretty close. 2018 was an example. Like, this state was under 2 percentage points. Brian Kemp was able to win, defeating Stacey Abrams in 2022. He won it by a likely red margin. And I think in 2026 we'll definitely see this state shift towards the left. Will it be enough for Democrats to win it? Possibly, but as of now, I'm going to keep this as a tilt Republican. I think it'll be under 1 percentage point, so a really close race there in the state of Georgia. A lot of it is on the state level. It's typically redder, but considering how the state has shifted, especially the Atlanta area, if that keeps on going, then Democrats could be able to pick off this seat, though, but they don't have the strongest candidates in the race as of now, but we'll just see what happens there. It'll be a really close race either way. And then finally to the state of Michigan. This one I haven't filled out yet, partially is because we have Mike Duggan. He is going to probably be in the race as of now at least. Even though in 2022 Whitmer was able to crack double digits there. In 2018 she won almost by double digits. She was a popular Democrat there in the state. She was able to win by good margins. But since we have Mike Duggan pulling away a lot of the support for Democrats, that will definitely decrease the margin some. And if Mike Duggan wasn't in the race, I could see this being a likely blue race by mid single digits, probably about 7 points. But since Mike Duggan is pulling that support from Democrats mainly, I could see this going to a tilt blue for now. About 1.5 point win for probably Benson. That's looking to be the Democrat nominee there. And John James is on the Republican side. He's already lost a couple elections beforehand, but he's overall a stronger candidate than other Republican choices, but he's probably not going to be enough to win the state, especially in this environment here. So this is my prediction. We have Democrats winning 17 seats and Republicans winning 19. Republicans are able to flip the state of Kansas, while Democrats barely fall short in the state of Georgia, as of now Republicans fall short in Michigan. So thank you everyone for watching. Be sure to comment down below, like and subscribe. Let me know which one of these ratings you agree or disagree with, what you would change, and bye.